is the crack, ladies and gentlemen? So, this is how this is gonna go. I'm gonna stand up here, say some stuff. You're gonna find me funny. And if you don't, so fuck, no refunds. So, you may notice that I'm wearing red, which would make you assume that I'm part of the Kingston Uni alumni. Well, I'm not.
What? Come here. Shut up, Matt.
I see the local crackheads are enforced. Anyways, so I'm wearing red, but I'm not actually part of the alumni. I actually live with Jason and Aaron, and they told me I had to wear it. They're abusive. Help me. So, some of you may know me, some of you may not. So let me introduce myself. My name is Declan.
Hi, Declan.
Hey.
Hi, Liz. But a lot of people call me Fuzzy Bear.
I don't.
You're wondering how I got the name. And you're thinking it's because of the beard, right?
Yeah.
Wrong. It's because I was fat. I used to look like a little Earl bubble as a kid. And people used to run over and try and hug me because they thought I looked cute like a fuzzy bear. I'm Irish, obviously. So I am Irish. And I've lost my accent a little bit since living in England. I know what you're thinking, poor bastard. The only sexy thing about him, and he's lost that. But it's not all bad. I'm pretty lonely these days. So, being Irish and brown means when I go to the airport, I get strip searched twice. I can see it now. Sir, I think we have a problem. I think the IRA and ISIS are working together. So, yes. I completely fucking forgot what I was going to say. That's fucking great start, isn't it? Woo! This guy's an opener. So, I'm not a religious man, and I'll tell you why. Because if there was a God, he wouldn't have made me this ugly. Right, you don't have to say, I know you said, because you agree. You're like, oh, poor bastard, he is ugly. So yeah, so you know how I discovered I was ugly? So I've recently been watching Sons of Anarchy. Has anyone watched it?
Yeah, fucking love it.
It's a great show. If you haven't watched it, sort your life out. So anyways, I'm watching it, and I'm looking at the main character. And he's got a beard, he's got long hair, and he's looking pretty sexy and rugged. And then I thought, how come when he does it, he can pull it off? But when I do it, I look like I've just done a 10-year stint in Guantanamo Bay. How come when he wears baggy clothes, he looks all gangster and shit? But when I wear baggy clothes, I look like I sign on every 2 weeks. That's what's mental about beards though. Without one, I'm getting a hit for ID for an energy drink. With a beard though, I look like I've been divorced twice. I'm paying child support for 2 kids who aren't mine. And the one who is mine is calling another man daddy. I work in retail. If you also work in retail, then you know what I'm about to say. It's fucking shit. Especially some of the customers. So, what is it with this customer complex they have, where they have to come in and talk to you like you're a slave? What do they expect me to do? Oh, yes, sir. Right away, sir. I'll get right on that, sir. Nah, fuck that. I may catch a customer complaint, but you gonna catch these hands. I'll tell you though, retail can give you some awkward situations. So, I sell TVs for a living. Fucking fantastic. And this couple come in looking for a new TV. They were lovely, but Jesus Christ, I felt horrible after speaking to them. So they asked me the difference between 2 TVs. So I put the same picture on both TVs, and I say, sir, you see how the colours look more bright and vivid on this TV? Then his wife proceeds to lean behind her husband and whisper, he's colourblind. Are you fucking having a laugh? It's even worse when the customers come in and they just want to argue with you. Like, what the fuck is that about? Especially when you know you're right. They're not buying anything, just want to fucking argue. Like, what do they get out of that? Do they go home to their wives and be like, oh, well, I sure showed him, honey. I showed him how smart I am. No, you showed me how much of a wanker you are, actually. What I do love about working in retail, though, is all your co-workers are just so polite to each other. I mean, it's probably because they're sick of people being cunts to them, but it's nice. Although sometimes it is too polite. You know, when you hold the door open for someone and you say, come on ahead, and then they say, no, you come through. No, I insist. No, after you. Listen, dickhead, I held the door open first, so scoot your little fucking tushy through and let me be the good guy. I'm a mama's boy. Most Irish men are, mainly because our dads aren't around. I'm only joking. I'm not, my dad's a cunt. I love my mum, but she can annoy me at times. So, you know how mums can find stuff that you can't normally find? Well, Irish mums are worse. You could lock your keys in a safe, throw that safe in the bottom of a river, tell her you can't find your keys. She would leave, come back 10 minutes later, soaking wet, throw your keys at you, and say, you don't look further than your nose. And they like to feed you too. I'm out here trying to eat healthy, and they'll just entice you with food. Ach, son, there's a wee chocolate fudge cake in the fridge. Why don't you have a wee slice? No, Mum, I'm alright. Ach, why? What's one wee slice gonna do? It's gonna make me gain 2 fucking stone. That's what it's gonna do. And Irish mums can be scary as well. Have you ever felt a look? Like, I mean, felt it. It's horrible. That shit still fucks me up, and I'm a grown man. I mean, that last bit is debatable, but I pay my own bills, so I'm taking it. But, yeah, that Death Star. It's like when Medusa turns men into stone, but instead of stone, you just turn into a big fucking pile of jelly. You just sit there shaking like a fucking 5'8" human vibrator. Mums aren't here though. I'm Fuzzy Bear. You guys have been beautiful. Thank you very much.